Hi, in this video, we're going to talk through how to prepare for your customer welcome and implementation kickoff meeting, or the kickoff prep meeting. Doesn't really matter what you call it, but it's the meeting before the actual kickoff itself. The goal of this meeting is to align with your customer and show up ready to deliver a strong collaborative experience. So, why prep matters? Well, before the kickoff, it's important that we get aligned internally and with the customer. Even a 10 to 20-minute preparation call or even a quick email exchange can make a big difference. This meeting will set the tone and build trust from day one. Before the kickoff, we want to make sure that we have taken care of some activities. So, of course, we are going to have had the sales handover and we will have reviewed the statement of work and the order form. We want to make sure we're familiar with the modules, the integrations, and their go live goals, and confirm any special requirements for the customer. So, the languages and key team members, for example. We want to make sure that we update the kickoff deck before we send it over and share it with the customer. And we'll take a look at that in a moment. And of course, we want to bring the energy. We want this meeting to build excitement. It's not just about transferring information, it's preparing for the moment when the two teams will come together for the first time. We're going to take a look at the kickoff deck in much more detail in our next video. But just to draw your attention to the key slides we want to be updating here, we have a number of them where some of them are just updating the customer name and logo. Others we're wanting the customer to complete for us if they're happy to collaborate on that, and making sure that we update slides to reflect the scope summary, the type of project it is, and whether or not the customer has a CSM. So let's just take a quick peek at those slides now. So this is the master kickoff deck, and you'll notice it says it's for the statement of work custom approach. We do have additional decks available, for example, for small packages. You'll be able to access all of these in Partner Hub. So when it comes to updating the slides, we want to make sure, of course, we have the right names and contacts and titles for the implementation team on our side, and of course, the same for the customer. You'll see that some of these slides have these red stickers or labels on them to remind you or prompt you to go ahead and update them, along with some instructions. So the YSR slide, for example, ideally we want the customer to complete this and also present it so that they can really pick and present information that will truly resonate with their team. So if I scroll down the slide deck a little bit further, we of course have the scope summary. So these we want to make sure we update to include what is in scope for the customer. And it's also useful to add what's not in scope so that if there are any misaligned expectations, you can cover those off when you're having this preparation meeting. We of course want to make sure we update the type of project it is, so whether it's time and materials or fixed fee, for example. And then, of course, we mentioned the other slide that needs updating is whether or not the customer has a customer success manager. So some of these we want to just delete information, some we want to delete the slide completely, but we want to make sure we review this thoroughly before we go ahead and meet with a customer and then walk through this together and align on how this kickoff will run. So looking in Partner Hub, if I want to find all of those different documents we've been talking about and other documents relating to anything to do with implementation, you can navigate to Playbooks and then to Functional Implementation. Here I can then navigate to Evaluate and Design, and I'll be able to find my link to the kickoff deck, for example. There's also some suggested agendas here if you're running these for the first time and you're not really familiar with how they should go. So you have an internal prep meeting agenda, which you can use to track slide updates and handover progress, and then also one for actually meeting with the customer themselves. So it takes you through, obviously, the welcomes and introductions, the slides that need to be updated, the next steps and the action items, and then any closing remarks and follow-ups. So everything that you need is in one place in Partner Hub. So these are the key items for preparing for the kickoff. Of course, we want to make sure the tone is positive and collaborative. It's a really key moment to build buy-in from your key project contacts. We want to make sure that we're ending that meeting with a clear flow, action items and next steps, and most importantly, show your excitement for the partnership. It really can go a long way. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks for watching this video.